Hi, and welcome back to Slingy's Things. This time we're taking a look at the Pokemon Select Blastoise figure by Jazwares. So, this is a good one. I really like this figure. I was a bit apprehensive at first about this one because this line, sometimes is hit and miss with articulation. Sometimes they look really good, but the articulation isn't there, or they have decent articulation, but they don't look so good. This guy is the best of both worlds, but he's not perfect. So I'm going to get into all of my thoughts on this figure. So just taking a quick cursory look, I think this is incredible. It looks like you got Blastoise right out of the video games. I love how cartoony and stylized it looks. The proportions on him are fantastic. Wonderful looking. Awesome. No notes except that you guys tell me these cannons look a little small on the tips. I think it's changed sometimes for Blastoise over time, but they look a little small. It doesn't bug me, but it is what it is. Height-wise, he's pretty big. I would say he classifies more as chonky than tall. He's maybe 5.5 inches tall, but he is wide. He is a big boy, and he's heavy. He has some real heft to him. And because of that, he comes with a stand. He doesn't really need it to stand unless you want to put him on one leg. But he's so heavy, I think this thing, if you tried to get him to jump, would probably fall over. But it's a nice accessory to have. So I want to start with the good here, and that's articulation. The articulation is surprisingly awesome on this figure. I didn't have to heat any joints up out of the box. Everything moves wonderfully and smooth. Probably the most impressive part of articulation, two parts. We'll start with this one, to me, is that he gets great neck range. You see that? He can go like all the way up, so you can have Blastoise down and practically looking up, like on all fours. That is so cool. I didn't expect him to have anything like that. He gets a good swivel. He doesn't go too far to the side, but it's fine. I don't expect much more from Blastoise. The mouth opens. It doesn't close all the way. And these arms are awesome. They actually bend in. He can pretty much touch his face. Teehee. He can touch his cannons. And his arms can basically just go anywhere. He even has like a little wrist swivel here. Hello. He can wave at you. Even these fingers are articulated. It's kind of funny. It's like you feel like they don't need to be. But I'm not going to complain at extra articulation, right? The legs are great. They can move up and out and back. And there is a little bit of, the feet can, do you see that? The feet are on a bit of a hinge as well, which is great. And the tail, it's on a bit of a hinge, and you can rotate it around. It's perfect. And these cannons are also great. They're on a ball, and they move any direction that you want. Very smoothly. Nothing to me feels like too tight, too loose, except one issue, and this is the only issue I have with the articulation, is that this might just be my copy, but the jaw is a little wobbly. Sorry, that's some marker on my finger. It doesn't feel like it's going to come off or anything, but it's a little loose. I don't know if that's just mine or not. Not too much of a problem. So I want to get onto the bad, and this again probably varies per copy, but I have some cosmetic quality control issues. The first, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there's a indent, like pretty much all the way up here, up through the nose. I've looked at some other people's pictures and reviews, and it looks like they also have this problem, even if they haven't said anything. I have a feeling that's just how they made this figure. Do you kind of see it right there? It's probably a common issue since I've seen it on every figure I've seen out of the box has that problem to some degree. You also might notice there's a little bit of a shining mark right there. You can't probably see it here, but there's an orange, like a brownish mark here. And on the back, they got really sloppy with this one. Might be hard to see, but if you see right here, it's a little grody right there. It came like that out of the box. There's a little bit of something going on there. You can see that mark right there also on the back. A little sloppy. Not horrible, but it's definitely noticeable. Here's an issue right here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this on camera. You can kind of see the texture here changes. There's like a line there. It almost goes like fully matte. It almost looks like a film is over it. I'm not a huge fan of that. That's some sort of quality control issue. Wiping it off doesn't do anything. Scratching at it just damages it more. So it's probably maybe the way the plastic cured or something in the factory. Not wonderful, but not bad. Anyway, that's my only complaints, is that some of the cosmetic issues are a little bit noticeable, and it probably varies per figure. I do think it's kind of crazy that I've seen a lot with this indent there. It almost looks like, yeah, like a scar. So other than that, this is amazing. If you're a Blastoise fan, and you like action figures, this is a must-have. And if you're a Pokemon fan, probably also a must-have. He is so cool. He's loaded with personality. He has great shelf presence. And for $20, and you can just pick him up at a Target. He came out today as of posting this. I definitely recommend it. This is great. I love this figure. So, in lieu of me gushing over it more, I just want to ask a quick question to the audience. When you look at Blastoise's face, those small ears, the kind of animal nose, and this big jaw, does he look like a pit bull dog to you? He kind of looks like a pit bull to me. I don't know. It's less of a turtle than that. I don't know. Again, just an observation, but I'm wondering if anyone else has ever thought about that before, because now that I see it, I can't see it anywhere else. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let's look real quick at some size comparisons. We have Jada Toys Sagat, which I almost wonder if this is accurate scale. Sagat's like 7 foot something tall, and he's 5'3". That could be pretty close. Here we have him next to a crouched Venom Blockies. And here he is next to a Hammond Collection Atrociraptor Ghost. I like the size difference here. What else do we got over here? We got him next to this little dinosaur. Isn't that cute? Aw. And then I have some other comparisons in photos after the video, so please stay tuned for those photos. And again, I highly recommend this figure. This guy's also, just look at how much he stands out in this alone. Oh my goodness. I can't wait for the Incineroar that comes out in this set. If anyone knows when that's coming out in the United States, please let me know. I must have it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the photos at the end, and see you next time. Bye.